Hello and welcome back to somebody on the F1 Journal, and today we are doing our yearly mid-season driver rankings review, reviewing who's been the top drivers so far this season. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into things, and we're going to start off with the first driver on the list, Alex Albon. And yeah, it's kind of a tough one. I've gone for a B. It's kind of a mix between a B and a C. For me, I don't think Albon's really had the standout performances this year. Maybe it's a car limiting back, but yeah, definitely haven't really noticed Albon as much this season. But you know, still comfortably ahead of Sargent. Sainz have also gone B. I was torn between A and a B. Obviously he started the season off really well, had that great win in Australia. Since then kind of tailed off a bit, but has been there or thereabouts with Leclerc. So yeah, it's definitely a high B or even a low A. I went for Leclerc in A. I think yeah, once he kind of got really settled into the car at the beginning of the season, he probably just has had the slight edge on him, like we've seen throughout their time as teammates. But you know, it's still been very close between them, and yeah, maybe it is a bit harsh on Collison to a grade apart. For Ricciardo, I've gone in C. Yes, he's had some standout performances like the Miami Sprint, etc, and he's improved recently, but has he really had the standout performances so far? I'm not totally sure, to be honest. Ocon, I've gone with B. Yeah, once again, obviously he's had some stupid moments like that incident at Monaco, but I think for me, he's probably been the faster of these two Alpine drivers, and yeah, in B they're very evenly ranked. Yeah, Alonso as well in B. Yeah, he just doesn't have a good season. We've seen Stroll beating him more often, which is a bit worrying for Alonso. I don't know if age is catching up with him or he's fed up with a bad car, probably a bit of both. Russell I've gone in A. Yeah, great season for him. Great season. I think unlucky with the disqualification last time up, but you know, still having a really good season, pushing Hamilton. For C, I've gone Magnussen. Yeah, I think it's going to be his last season in F1. Obviously, he spent half the time kind of protecting Hulkenberg. Does a good job of it, but yeah, just hasn't really had the overall pace. Similar story with Stroll, really. Although I don't think he's been as far as off Alonso this season. He still has been a bit of a distance off, so yeah, can't really grade him any higher. Lando Norris in A. Yeah, Lando's an interesting one. He always seems to be there or thereabouts, but just never really has quite the raw pace to win the car. And for me, McLaren should have won more races by now, which they haven't. So I think yeah, he will be frustrated with that, but more to come. Hamilton in A. I think slow start, but you know, last few races we've really seen how good he can be. Taking those 2 wins has been so impressive, and yeah, I think he's definitely at the top. But I don't think he's done quite enough to match that man. Max Verstappen. Yeah, great season from him. Not the perfection we've seen in recent years, but still bloody impressive. And yeah, we can see how good a driver he is pretty much the whole way through the season. But moving on into Hulkenberg B. Yeah, to be honest, I was torn between B and an A for Hulkenberg, but I've gone for B. Yeah, maybe if he's driving a bigger car, he would have been slightly higher. But you know, it's still an impressive season. He's been there or thereabouts, had a few P6 finishes, which has been ridiculously impressive in that car. So yeah, a very solid season for Hulkenberg and a well-deserved move, question mark, for Audi. Moving on then to Oscar Piastri, I've gone for A. Yeah, I was choosing between A and B, but I think A is fair. He's really stepped up in the last few races as well, being much closer to Norris, and yeah, for me, deserves that grade. For B, I've gone for Gasly. Yeah, I think it's a close one between him and Ocon. Obviously, not much to choose between them, and I think yeah, really, if it's one of those driver pairings where if I put any in the distant category, then let's face it, I'm probably going to be wrong with that one. But moving on then to the next driver, and that's Sergio Perez. Obviously, started off the season really well with the 1-2s he picked up, but yeah, since then it's been a downward spiral, and he's been really struggling to arrest it. And to be honest, I'm surprised that he's staying on. At the team. But moving on into C, I've gone Valtteri. Yeah, he seems to have had a bit of an irrelevant season. 21st in the Drivers' Championship isn't really right for him because he deserves better than that. But yeah, better than Joe, but can't do much in that car. Tsunoda, yeah, had a really decent season. Beat Ricciardo. Ricciardo may be putting it back a bit, but I think yeah, still solid enough for being, considering himself unlucky not to be in contention for a top drive. D is Zhou Guanyu. Yeah, he's had a pretty poor season. I'm going to put Sargent there as well, but for some reason he wasn't there. But yeah, both of those pretty relevant seasons, miles off their teammate and not troubling the point scorers.
For this video, thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily F1 news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.